Hopefully this is better. Sorry about the video quality. Um, hopefully this should still look okay. I did lower the resolution to 720p, so it's gonna be it's gonna look a little worse, but maybe it's more like what my computer can handle right now. Definitely looks smoother on camera now, so I think this will be okay. Hopefully, yeah. My roommate's also playing Final Fantasy XIV right now, I think, and we don't have like the most amazing internet. It's like fast enough normally, but I haven't tried streaming that much with it yet. So yeah, I guess Galerius is just off on his own now, and we just get to do whatever. So maybe we'll go try and talk to that Sentius guy anyway, right?
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not.
She's a stranger too.
The crowds that come. The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some the house of the ruler of the depth.
No idea.
There is only a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the Help me. It is better for you if you remain ignorant.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
The bloodless.
Her name is
shadows.
Livia?
This is their
Kind of weird that it
punishment.
just told me her name. Right.
The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them.
Well, that's obvious. So I have no idea what's going on. Translate. Galerius for Magistrate, countered by, I would rather drink Aurelia's special brew. Okay. Somebody wants Galerius to take over. Why are we here? Still trying to figure that out.
Cerberus lifts his triple head.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one, again.
Graying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
She's just gonna stay here by the fire.
You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
I like the music so far. A model arena. A small wooden model of an arena, possibly Verona Arena, which was completed in the 1st century and is still in use today. Wow. Yeah, we're really far back. So we're not going to steal anything. Is what we have learned.
Ixion turns.
Because that breaks the golden rule or whatever. Hey, it's a dice tower. A metal dice tower designed to stop people from cheating when rolling dice. Clearly, cheating must be a problem among Romans. Did the Romans really have dice towers? Because I just think of that as such like a modern board gaming thing. It says Veni Vidi Vici. Nice. Which is like the only Latin thing I know, probably. Besides like other, you know, commonly used Latin phrases. Gladiator shield. Domitius was carrying his shield with him when he arrived in the city. So yeah, I think like the game wants us to keep track of all these people and their lives and their stories, and like to use that to solve the mystery. Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls here and disappointed all of them equally. Ouch. I'm guessing that's just a diss and didn't actually happen. Yeah, we can keep going through this back alley area, huh? This is all in ruins, though. Looks like these people are, like, sick or something. May the gods be kinder to you than they were to us, stranger. I can hear them. They're very creepy. Like, mannequins... Like, mannequin, like, dudes are always creepy. And this is, like, a secret path, I guess? Old chest. Oh, we can just take these denaries. Arrows and a bottle of wine. Sweet. Possibly the last bottle of wine in the city. Nice. Got some money. I'm gonna save here. So this goes down to this part. And there's so much to see right off the bat that I kind of want to go back and do like the main path that it was trying to get us to do first. I didn't realize that like stealing one thing was gonna get us out of that first loop. So I guess I should have listened to Galerius more. But maybe the game kind of wants you to go off the beaten path right away too, right? And there's so much to see here. Very pretty. It's interesting how the gold looks in the dark too. Very heavenly sounding music. Or graffiti and like a pictogram. Bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. So who are the bloodless shadows? Are they the statues? Cryptic, almost poetic rambling from Livia. The place is called Accursed. Here Titios offers up his innards to be torn, stretched out over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you. You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns. Ixion turns and follows after himself and flees, and the 49 Bellides, who dared to plot the destruction of their cousins, their husbands, fetch again, with incessant labor, the water they have lost. No idea what that means. Lots of little parables, though, that I think we're supposed to take some meaning from. Can't move. So, yeah, it's like very clear that these statues are... These people are still very much alive, right? Crouch into here. Oh, is this a climbing section? I didn't know this game had climbing. Yeah. It might be climbable if only they could support my weight. What does that mean? It's kind of like a Last of Us or Uncharted kind of thing where they're indicating the climbable surface with some kind of highlight. It's kind of funny. How do we strengthen the vines enough for me to climb them? It's kind of Metroidvania-ish. We go back this way. I'm trying not to get so sidetracked, but the game very much wants you to get sidetracked, I think. Now we're above that little area where Galerius lives, I think. Yeah, look at all these little paths, nooks and crannies. This is locked. Seems like a game that you should try playing with a notebook, too. Although it does seem like maybe they wanted the game to be streamed a lot, too. I'm not really sure. Oh, is this a zip line? Yeah. Whoa. Lots of torture and death going on here. Free denaries, though. So this looks like it takes us back to that main path where we started, so that's convenient. And like Galerius was saying, we can use the zip line to get around the city faster. So we could go that way. Maybe Sentius is in that big building at the top. We could go talk to him first. I kind of wanted to do that and see what he's about, so we can like figure out this golden rule stuff first. Which I think is what the game was trying to tell me at the beginning before I stole Galerius' money. Well, this door kind of opens, but she's in the way. Weird. There's like a skeleton in a chest. This door is kind of janky, but I kind of like that. I don't know if this is intended, though. It's kind of hard to tell. It's definitely a little glitchy, because you can see the texture pop out there, too. Weird. Again, game made by 3 people, even as good as it looks, you know, it's not going to be free of problems. Oh, fire hurts us, apparently. Garum, a fermented fish sauce used as a condiment, gives off a faint, salty aroma. I'm going to guess Galerius was going to take us this way. Since this seems more like the main path, but maybe not. I need your help. So far, I think we've only had, like, female voices whispering at us from the statues. Which is maybe just all they recorded, so I don't know how many voice actors worked on this game. Lots of little side paths, though. Here's, like, a market area. I like how all the people you haven't met yet are just called Stranger.
Name's Rufius.
Rufius.
Better watch your step.
What do you think of the Golden Rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense
Right.
of other people.
Yeah, because if one person does one wrong thing, then everyone suffers, like those plaques have been telling us. I've lived through a pandemic. It's very timely. Nice.
And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here.
Oh.
Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think is coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking?
Definitely.
Like they're...
Statues are absolutely alive.
Of course I am.
He doesn't seem like a nice guy, but I like him. You know way out of here?
If I did, do you think we'd be having...
Yeah, it really seems like even these ancient people have gotten stuck here. Or maybe they're not ancient people and they've just kind of like assumed these identities.
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp. Families from Seleucia and Tigris.
Okay.
Babylon province.
Yeah, but they're all from these ancient areas,
Been
so...
roaming a long time now. Even joined the
At least
legions.
Rufius and Galerius are.
The one they call Ironclads.
How'd you end up here?
Same way as...
What does that mean? I guess everyone went through the portal? Do they know about the portal? Are they also in a time loop? Lots of questions. Why don't you have a weapon?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm.
Oh. You don't need a weapon if everyone behaves correctly, right? Not much of a talker, are you?
If you were dealing with what I am,
What are you dealing with?
none of your business. Introiti ipsum commensula.
No idea what that means. Probably it means that I'm stupid. But
Because we're all in grave danger.
yeah, I think this guy is right about them being in danger, though.
If we have
I'll be going.
Whatever.
Nice. Very interesting. In a very weird situation. So there's that... Where was that temple? There's that temple up there that I was looking at. Ave.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do
Equitia.
I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh,
Like that
my.
long sigh.
I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I
Yeah,
suppose
sorry.
it's quite
I live on
charming
Twitter,
in its
so-
own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask,
I didn't know she was a
"What is
priestess.
your story?"
What should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me.
Oh.
And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly.
Without talking
To
to
be
her.
honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way.
Yeah, we
You
probably
just
shouldn't have just
be
dropped into her
yourself
DMs
and
like that.
Ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
What's a Vestal
You
priestess?
really don't know. I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
I have no idea.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth
Okay.
and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
How'd you end up here?
No, I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
But what about you? How did you end up here?
I went through the wormhole. A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river unconscious and sent me in here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
If there's a meaning of the name Karen besides the memes, I don't know it. It's an older name, but not uncommon for where I'm from. Carries negative connotations where I'm from.
Why is that?
Because of the memes, yes. Perfect.
The memes? What are the memes?
This is really good. A meme is a small image you share with other people. They become a bit like their own language.
So, a bit like Egyptian hieroglyphs
Perfect.
then?
Very good. Something like that.
So your people make hieroglyphics depicting this accursed character.
Yeah.
The one they call Karen.
It's kind of an outdated reference even
wondering.
playing this game, you know,
No.
a little bit later than when it came out. So I feel like people don't really use that name anymore, but maybe they do. For that meme. Come on, spit it out.
Apologize.
Keep an eye out for Sentinel.
I don't mean to be cryptic.
Someone else is talking to me.
It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too?
I've tried.
I think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice
Yeah.
any.
Lots of amnesia going on. You're being a bit coy.
I know. I just don't want to see what happens.
This whole setup is kind of like a Star Trek episode, too. What happened to Olivia?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive. She was always so chatty. Always. And then she withdrew, stopped working, and became despondent. Started muttering, but she just looked at us with this haunted
Bloodless
stare.
shadows.
Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps, but there is a small chance.
So, like, how long have they been following the Golden Rule exactly?
Don't want to see that happen to you. Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover...
Saria
what
is kind of
happens.
labyrinthine. I didn't think it would be so, like, maze-like. I'll get right on it.
Come back to me once
Oh,
you've
that
acquainted
prioritizes
yourself
the
with
quest.
rest of our neighbors.
So if I had said, I'll see what I can do, then I could have done other quests first, or at least, like, prioritized them first in my quest log. See the objective markers for a given quest. Click the icon beside it. Okay. Oh, okay. So, let's do this. Since I skipped Galerius' tour, I'll need to learn about the Golden Rule from Magistrate Sentius. Okay, so let's prioritize that one first. We've finished 3 quests so far. Yeah, that escaping back to the shrine was not difficult, but I'm sure it gets more difficult if you're further in somewhere else. Okay, so Sentius is off in that direction. Let's talk to this guy.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Oh, sweet. So this guy picks us up here. Lead the way.
Follow me.
Yeah, let's do it.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way.
He's gonna explain it. Maybe? Is he not gonna talk? I think his dialogue broke. Not sure. These hard games are like probably really difficult to script, so I don't really judge them too harshly for having some broken stuff so far. So here's Sentius. I was just gonna say, I like how there's only like 20-some people in here, so like normally in an RPG I wouldn't be super compelled to learn everything about everyone, but since there's like it's such a limited amount of people in such a small space, I don't really mind putting the time into learning everything about everyone, and I'm kind of trusting the game more that the people are going to be interesting and have a lot more to say. But in your average RPG, that's not really the case, right? It's like you'll go around and you kind of have this idea that most NPCs are going to have the same dialogue or just not have anything to say at all. And a lot of them are going to say the same stuff or point you in the same direction. And it's not really worth your time to check in with everyone, just like the most interesting people. But in this game, it seems like they've kind of solved that problem. So and this isn't an RPG, but I mean it's based on Skyrim, so we're still coming from kind of a similar place. It is kind of RPG-ish. The city lives in fear of a mysterious law called the Golden Rule. Yeah.
Ave.
When I was serving in
Ave.
the Legion, if there was a mutiny
Oh,
brewing
now he's
in my
talking.
cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples.
I just want to hear what he says. I don't know if you know where you're going.
They just divided us into groups of 10.
Oh, yeah. So it seems like there's really an emphasis on like
Ave.
if one person does something wrong, then the entire group gets punished.
We're finally alone.
Fear is proof
I
of a
assume you
degenerate
already
mind.
know who I am. May I know your name?
He really reminds me of the Legion in Fallout New Vegas, which I don't know if that's like an overt reference, but it's just what I think of when I see a dude with this kind of clothing in this context.
A
The
curious
Bethesda-like game.
to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the
I'm speaking
piercing,
such bad Latin
astute
right now.
eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome
I am an
another scholar
archaeologist.
to our little community.
Man, what if I had the
Every
gun and
year
I
will
just
be
shot this
delighted to
guy?
meet you, I'm sure.
Be funny.
Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago. I just want to get out of here. It's beautiful.
More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought
22.
together by the fates, living and working together in our own little
There's 3 missing.
paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed.
Amazing.
No fights.
It's a
no
utopia.
theft,
And
nothing.
utopias always go over well, right?
Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
It's a lie.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying.
Yeah.
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the
Yeah,
sins
I've definitely
of
seen
the
these.
one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all
What's
to
Medusa's
gold.
curse? I guess turning you to stone,
We've come to call it
but
the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived.
why isn't
as long
Medusa
as we
and Midas
have,
combined?
And each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now
I'm gonna have to read more about Medusa, apparently.
Here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Ooh, so many questions. Will you help me get back to my own
If
time?
I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain.
So I guess he just knows that we're out of
Prevent
time.
The sin that breaks the Golden Rule. I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never
Ah.
need to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us.
Yeah, makes
Makes
sense.
sense?
Sure, depending on what time travel philosophy you're subscribing to. Sure. What counts as a sin?
Intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
No
Beyond
violence?
that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone?
Seems like we can lie so far.
Trespass, trying to escape.
Which is interesting.
Bribery, infidelity, suicide. As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It
No
is
idea what that
only
means.
by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has.
They have
for
to give them
centuries.
offerings, maybe? Not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. I'm not gonna insult them like that.
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows.
But those don't get you in trouble, apparently.
Eye on them if
I mean, with the golden rule. What did you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person.
Oh, so that's how he knew.
You don't belong in our time, do you?
How could you tell? We could lie, but he already knows. I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see?
Man,
What had become of us?
I could tell him about so many memes.
City.
You'd all been turned into gold statues.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth.
Just like Al. How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course,
Instructions
as
from
with all
who?
rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal.
Probably a person.
In this case,
Yeah.
the sacrifice is
Maybe
far
me.
more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I don't think so. See, human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is
Yeah,
a
like Outer
fresh
Wilds.
pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible?
Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice. What reason could you?
Fair point.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust.
Yeah, I don't think he's lying, really. Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain.
Oh yeah,
magistrate
Galerius might get
after
elected,
today's
right?
election.
Or maybe
The people
somebody.
here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion.
Fair enough. These questions will be available later. Okay, that's really nice. Because I was wondering if I could ask Galerius about his story again later. Because I didn't really catch everything.
Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Yeah, probably me. Doesn't seem like I have much choice.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate.
Go talk to everyone.
Talk to everyone. Help them if it'll win their
Just
trust.
like an RPG.
I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave.
We can
Figure
tell him
out
about
who the
Galerius.
culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me.
What happens if we tell him about Galerius?
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting
Lucretia.
Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago.
Find out what's distressing her.
Right.
I'll see what I can do. So if we tell him about Galerius, I wonder what happens.
Do you have any?
I guess we can't. Okay.
Thank you.
Everyone in the city is going to die because of one person breaking the golden rule. I need to figure out who it is to that end. He asked me to talk to everyone. We can go in their homes and inspect all their stuff. We just can't steal anything. Valerius revealed himself to be an angry man with a history of crime and extreme violence. Oh, that's what was in his story. If we do that, I wonder what he says.
Returned. Do you have any... Of course. Are you sure you... It looks like you'll have to continue your...
Oh, okay. So we can't actually tell him about it yet. I'll get back to it. Cool. I think I'm going to play for like 15 more minutes here and then call it. But I think this has been fairly successful. I haven't had anybody in chat yet so far, so I'm not really sure. But I think we figured out extreme quality issue, hopefully. It looks better on my side anyway. Appears to be made from soot and water. Yeah, just how you made ink back in the day. Note from Centilla. She has decided to escape. Centilla was their mother, I think? May Clementia give you the strength to forgive me. I'm sorry to have to leave you this way, but I found a way to escape and I must take it. She got out? So maybe she's the one of the ones that's missing? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so before they had glass, they just used shiny metal for mirrors and water, I guess, obviously. Perfume. All the props are really nice. I'm not gonna steal, because that ends the world. We don't have like a 22... Isn't the timer in Outer Wilds only 22 minutes too? So there's that number 22 again. I wonder if that was on purpose. I don't know, because there's 22 people in this game, but there was only like 22 minutes per run in Outer Wilds. It's kind of a weird coincidence. Can we read the thing? No? Believes everyone is entitled to their secrets. Today, my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course, I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Oh, that's it. That's her entire diary. Fair enough. Not gonna steal from her either.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
I suppose. I don't know if... No, I don't think I agree with that, actually. Everybody gets afraid, right? Made of bronze. It smells like ash. Yeah, because they didn't have iron yet, right? This is all bronze stuff. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. Yikes. Yeah, there's no roof here. Which...
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
I wonder if that was a limit of the, of their, like, level design tools? Or they just, like, forgot to make a hole in the roof and they just wanted a stove here? Yeah, because that doesn't make a lot of sense. You would, like, smoke everyone out if you were cooking in here.
Mind.
I will try to help you. Sentia?
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in.
I'm not a barbarian.
You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing god who's... But what kind
like
of
a game designer.
Awful, incompetent god would let my sister go...
Yeah.
Did you hear that? What do you have to say
Oh.
for yourself?
Isn't blasphemy
No
breaking
response.
the golden rule?
Nothing.
I guess not. Yeah, at least we know blasphemy doesn't break the golden
I'm
rule.
telling you, this mysterious god... Either that, or like people are saying...
I don't think it's
it
really
is
going to be a
just
god,
children's
but
fable
I guess
my
we'll find
father
out.
is exploiting to frighten us. Oh, and I suppose I'll just have to take the word of a know-nothing but...
You know a way out?
What is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my-
sister.
Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have...
Mouth breathers.
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits
idea.
and no crime? Was she...
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We went into our rooms. I think so, yes. Because our father had plans to marry her off. That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the... I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. All I know is...
Or your name's also
You
similar.
really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women
Yeah,
are
that was
named
like
after their
common
fathers.
practice, right?
I think it's their way of branding us. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla. I hope you're not insinuating I'm Ugh, you're awful.
Oh, damn. Well, I don't think she is planning on doing anything heinous. Not yet, anyway. Although, part of the game is probably that, like, everyone sort of has a reason to want to sin. It's kind of human temptation anyway, right? Let's go upstairs, though.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Does he have anything else to tell
What
us?
now? Not that it's any of your business. But unfortunately, see, Domitius has been going around
Domitius.
town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies,
Malleolus.
and intimidation.
So many names.
The man's a savage. But he's a gladiator. Sentius knows about it, of course. This place will be different with that sleaze. I appreciate the thought. But you're new here. In any case, if you're interested in the election...
Yeah, we should definitely
I'll
go to
have
the
a chat with
election.
Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings.
Okay. Figure out how to make Malleolus drop out of the election.
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divide. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to... If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop... It's brutal, of course, but... What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers-in-arms, and...
Damn.
Those memories will always visit me in my sleep. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it. So railing against it would be like... As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears.
Yeah, live in the moment.
But to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing.
Yeah. Let's talk about
You
something
like?
else.
I'm a legionary of the First Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughters. Daughter, I should... I'm from Liguria, up north.
Liguria?
I was doing all right for myself. 12 years into my service. Not anymore. She's probably... My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets. Then
Oh,
some
dang.
Genetricum Fugitior tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant.
Genetricum Fugitior.
I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver.
Oh, he floated down the river too.
Unfortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Hmm.
Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said. That said, Seneca... He's one of the better commanders I've ever had. That's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words.
What's a
Treat
stoic?
your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that. I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
He keeps quoting her, I guess. Can I see the citizen
I don't see
register?
why not?
Oh, does this list everyone in the city? Yeah, sweet. So we can just talk to Horatius whenever we want to see this. So we've met Sentius, We haven't met Ulpius or Virgil. We met Rufius. Malleolus. Not to be trusted. Rufius is increasingly agitated. Scintilla is missing. No notes on Sentius. Ulpius is the debt bondsman to Malleolus. Virgil is the architect. Tells us where they all are too, so that's cool. Navia locked herself in the palace. Octavia is a cleaner and gardener. Lucretia is a nurse. Livia was the hairdresser before she went crazy. Julia is also a debt bondsman. Hanral? I can't read that very well. Yeah, that's a W, I think. Hanral? Forages for scrap. And they think he died, so maybe he's one of the missing ones. Horatius, no notes on himself. And Karash disappeared as well, so maybe that's the third one that's gone. Faria, or Fabia, is the baker. Valerius, Georgius, the merchant, Domitius, and he mentioned, Horatius mentioned Domitius earlier. Julius is imprisoned in the warehouse and unable to work. I wonder why he was imprisoned. Equidia is the Vestal Priestess. Aurelia claims to know a way out. Did she mention that to us? I don't know if she did. I guess we could go ask her about it. Claudia is the wife of Malleolus. I'm guessing she's not trustworthy either, but I guess we'll see. Decius is also a merchant, so yeah. Lots of interesting characters. Oh, we get to take the list too. That's cool. I'll give it back to you tomorrow. Thanks.
Of course.
So I'm guessing the loop only lasts for a day. Did he say that he for sure knew that whoever was going to sin was going to do it tomorrow? Tomorrow in game time?
What business is that of you?
I'm looking for
A lot of people have been looking for her.
3 weeks. I trust this guy so far.
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. If anyone knows something, I'd expect
Sentia
it to be
Malleolus.
Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia,
Okay.
or Domitius. But
Yeah,
not
they're all
everyone
in
we have.
cahoots.
Fine. All right.
Cool. So that was a lot of information from Horatius. I'm glad we talked to him. Because he gives you that whole list. So how do we check that list? You just bring it up like this. This was the note from Al. Can we see our quests? So that's nice. It seems like the note-taking is really good so far in this game, so it doesn't seem like you have to remember too much on your own. Like, we always get a quest whenever we find, like, a new thread. So, although I'm sure note-taking will still be good if you're trying to remember stuff. Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. May Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be re-elected. I'm sure of it. Nice. Can we actually take this? No. Okay. It'd be nice if we could collect all the notes, but I guess we don't really need to. Lararium? Small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers. Yeah, that's cool. Got a little picture. We're not going to steal from Sentius. It's so funny they give you the option to, though. Like, are you able to steal stuff safely later or something? Or maybe it's just a tempt you. Can't read this thing. Lots of scrolls we can't read, too. Can we jump off here? Wonder what happens if we die, too. I guess the loop would just start over. Okay, it just makes our health go down. I don't know if there's a way for us to get health back either. Another mural. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Looks like this guy is made of gold, but it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, seems like he is. He's like giving a drink to a panther? Maybe?
Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare.
You said it. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to stop there for now, but this game, you know, has only gotten more interesting. And I've heard, like, this game has a really good reputation, and I was expecting a lot, and so far it's delivering a lot, and I'm really intrigued to see what else happens. So, I will see if I can stream more soon, and if not, then I'll probably just continue on my own, and we'll see. But thanks for tuning in if you did, and I'll see you next time. Bye!